Simplifying radical expressions. Simplifying radical expressions. And then we'll go into multiplying and dividing radical expressions. So I want to give you all 3 examples for this. So the first example, we have the square root of 75. And there's actually 2 different ways that we can actually simplify this radical expression. The first way is to find a perfect square within 75. The perfect square within 75 happens to be 25. So we have that this equals the square root of 25 times 3. Because 25 times 3 is basically 75, and 25 is a perfect square. So with that, now we're able to separate this and get the square root of 25 times the square root of 3. Well, the square root of 25 is just 5, and then we have the square root of 3. So our answer is 5 radical 3. This is the simplified form of the square root of 75. The other way of simplifying the square root of 75 is to make a prime factorization tree. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to ask you some side work over here. Actually here. So we see what times what gives us 25? Well, 25 times 3. We can also break down 25 to be 5 and 5. So now we have that the square root of 7 is the square root of 3 times 5 times 5. Well, notice how we have 2 5s here. And because we're talking about square root, we're only going to circle the 2 5s. So we're circling those 2 5s. We're going to write 5 on the outside and leave 3 inside the radical. So you still get the same exact answer, but it's just a different way of doing it. So for our next example here, let's do the cube root of 54. And once again, I'm going to show both ways of doing this. So we want to find a perfect cube within 54. Well, that perfect cube happens to be 27. So we can rewrite 54 as 27 times 2. And then once we separate this, we have our perfect cube, which is 27, times the cube root of 2. And because 27 is a perfect cube, we can go ahead and continue to simplify that to be 3. So now we have 3 times the cube root of 2. This will be our final answer. So now for the second way of doing this, we're going to do our prime factorization tree. So once again, the same problem, this cube root of 54. We can break down 54 to be 27 times 2. And we could have actually done 9 times 6 as well. So what doesn't really matter, because at the very end, you'll have the same prime numbers at the end of your branches. So 27 can be broken down to 9 and 3. And then 9 can be broken down to 3 and 3. So now we have here the cube root of 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. Because we're talking about cube roots, we're going to circle groups of 3s. So we have 3 3s. Let's circle the 3 3s. So because we circled the 3 3s, we're going to put the 3 on the outside to represent this. This is actually 3 cubed, and the cube root of 3 cubed is 3, times the cube root of what was left over, which happens to be 2. So once again, same exact answer, but a different method of doing it. So for our last example, we'll do the 5th root. The 5th root of 64. And I'm only going to do the first method for this one. I want to find a perfect 5th root within 64. that perfect fifth root is actually 32. So we have the fifth root of 32 times 2, which is the same thing as 64, so that's perfect. So now we're able to separate these. We get the fifth root of 32 times the fifth root of 2. Well, the fifth root of 32 is a perfect cube, so we can go ahead and simplify that to be 2. And then we have to write the fifth root of 2, and this will be our final answer.